Welcome to Cuisine with Jean. I'm Jean Kitchen, and by popular demand, we have back Alex Vire. Alex, welcome. You know, you're the only one now who's been on 3 times. This will be your 3rd time. And I have to say, I think you've grown a foot during that 3 times you've been on.
I have been growing a lot.
Yeah, well, and you're being the 8th grade at Rocky Mount Academy. And the first time you came, you had your dad with you. Second time you did not, and now you're just fully competent to do it all by. Now your mom came with you, but you're cooking all by yourself, right?
This is going to be a very, it's not super simple, but that doesn't mean that it's super hard to cook. We're going to be cooking quinoa first. Quinoa is a superfood. It comes from Peru, super high in protein. Next, we'll be cooking a lemon dill sauce with some salmon. Salmon has a lot of unsaturated fat. And then we're going to be grilling some asparagus. So this is an extremely healthy dish.
Oh, yeah, and you've got the whole meal right there, don't you? Okay. Have you been eating quinoa as far back as you can remember, most of your life?
I only started eating it. My dad told me that I wouldn't eat it when I was younger, but now I eat it. In my opinion, it doesn't taste like too much, but the texture of it's pretty complimenting to stuff like salmon.
And you mentioned superfood. I mean, there are a lot of ways people, especially who are trying to get away from eating a lot of meat products, need to find good sources of protein, and that's one of the really good ones, isn't it?
Quinoa is very good for you.
And you can get it at any grocery store, I believe?
Probably.
I think so.
I don't know.
With the grains. Okay, how do you cook it?
So first of all, we're going to place the pan here, and then we're going to be doing a 1-to-2 ratio. 1/3 of the pan is going to be quinoa, and the other 2/3 are going to be water, which we have right here. So we have 1/2 cup of water, and then 1/4 of a cup of quinoa. Of course, you can fix less or more, depending on what you want, but this is all I'm going to be fixing. And it ends up looking like a lot more after it absorbs all the water, so trust me, this is...
And how many people would you say this would serve?
Only probably 1 if you were pretty hungry, like for dinner.
I'm thinking with quinoa, it would be something that if you cooked extra and had it left over, you could put it in the refrigerator and reheat it too, potentially.
So here's the water. Every once in a while, we're going to be checking this by tilting the pot, and it will be finished once you finish, or once all the water's gone. That's when you know it's finished. It's just like rice, really.
And do we need to put a lid on that, or are we fine like it is?
It's fine, just like this.
And do you bring it to a boil, or just let it simmer, or what would be
We're just going to keep it low. You can have it a little higher, but that, of course, adds... If you have it anything above like halfway low to medium, it of course adds risks of the quinoa burning, because it's not that hard for it to burn.
Or sticking to it and stuff, so yeah, okay.
I should be using this spoon.
And do you normally think you need to stir it while it's cooking, or is it fine just to let it go?
It's probably fine. Of course, we're going to be tilting it a little bit, but it shouldn't need much stirring.
Okay. You want to start on the salmon or start on the asparagus next? What would you like to
We're
start?
going to start with seasoning the asparagus. The salmon will start after the quinoa, and then we'll do the asparagus.
Okay.
So,
pretty asparagus.
So we have the asparagus right here. We have 5 stalks. Of course, you're going to want to start, I did this before we started the show, but you're going to want to cut the base, which is the little part that kind of looks like wood at the bottom of them. That doesn't taste good at all. You're going to want to cut that out. But then after you're going to do that, you're just going to want to drizzle a little bit of olive oil.
And olive oil is one of those healthy oils too, isn't it?
I always find it a little bit too hard to not pour too much, but hopefully that's good. And then we're going to add just some salt and pepper. So you're going to want to pour some pepper, and then you're going to want to pour some salt. We're going to save our other spice, which is the garlic salt over here, for the salmon. And after we do that, we are going to make sure that the lid is secure.
Definitely.
And then we're just going to want to shake it. The olive oil will help add some slight flavoring, as well as allowing all the spices to kind of stick to the asparagus.
And it'll give it something for when you're grilling it, so it won't stick to the pan as much too as if it went without any lubricant on it.
Hopefully.
You got it?
That's good. And as you can see, looks like it's been coated with all the spices. Super helpful.
Okay. So do we want to turn on, this is a grill pan, right? Is that what y'all often, instead of like outside grilling, you grill in the house with this pan?
We won't have to heat it up. It's a little bit. I guess I can get it started on some low heat, but we're going to want to wait on the salmon because this will cook insanely fast.
Oh, okay. And so you're going to cook the asparagus and then flip right away and do the salmon in the same dish, right?
I'll just start getting this heated up on low heat, and I'll move it to higher heat once we get finished with that. So
Okay.
it's just.
Now, if you were serving this with your family, this is the whole meal, but do you as a family normally like have dessert or something like that, or probably steer away from desserts?
We don't really cook desserts. Mainly, if we're going to have something, it'll just be like a cookie.
Okay, wow, cookies are good. Do you bake also like that? Do you make desserts?
Personally, I'm not good at baking, and I haven't really tried it too much, but baking is not my thing.
Does your sister cook at all?
She doesn't cook, but she has tried some baking. She used to cook a little bit more than she does now, but now she does a little bit of more baking stuff.
Well, while we're waiting for that to cook, let me ask you, are you glad to be out of school for the summer?
Definitely. School is going to be kind of a pain.
Well, you need a break, right? So what are you going to do this summer?
This summer, I'm going to be outside a lot. I have a tennis camp. I want to also go. My school has a cross-country practice. I've been doing running a lot, and I want to go to that.
Good.
But tennis camp is most of the day, so I'll try and find some times that I'll be able to do that.
How old were you when you started playing tennis?
I started playing in 5th grade, I think, or 4th grade. I don't know. It was a few years ago.
Have you always played at school? Now, they wouldn't have a team or anything. Can you play? Do you get instruction at school when you're that young, or it has to be someplace else?
You have to, unless you're doing Pee-wee football, you have to be in at least 6th grade to start sports. We do have a tennis team, but it's at the same time as cross country and track, and I just like running a little bit more. I don't really like playing competitive tennis, number one, because it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. And number two, I'm kind of bad at tennis, and I don't want to get destroyed. But
well, who do you play tennis with, like in your family? Does anybody else? Does your dad play, or Emma, or your mom?
My dad doesn't like play a bunch, but he does know how to play pretty well. Nobody else in my family does, though.
Well, it's a great sport because it's something you can play your whole life until you get old and wreck your knees or feet or something like that and can't play anymore. Versus cross country, that can be kind of hard on your knees and your feet and stuff over time, right? Do you want to be on the cross country team at RMA?
Yes, I'm going to join the cross country team. I did track this spring. It was super fun. We had 6 meets, I think. I missed one because I was sick, but it's super fun. It's super nerve-wracking the first time you go, but once you just get out on the track, it's just kind of like, it's pretty fun. It's very strategic in your mind. You're thinking, all right, should I pass this guy? Should I stand my ground? Because the problem is when you try and pass somebody, even though you might think you're good, about 20 seconds after doing a sprint like that, then suddenly your lungs will just like collapse. So, and then you're kind of forced to slow down. So it's kind of tough.
They don't really collapse, but you feel like they collapse.
Yeah, it gets like super hard to breathe. Your legs kind of die for a second, and then you have to slow down, and then they'll keep doing that until you slow down.
Which distance do you like to run in cross country?
I haven't done cross country yet. I'm pretty sure all the meets are the same. I'm pretty sure they're all 5Ks. During track, I ran the 800-meter dash, which I don't really like. It's just 2 laps. I do like being able to, in the first lap, I normally do pretty good, and in the second lap, I'm pretty much in the same position, but normally one of my friends passes me because he does really good at the end. And I also do the 1600, which I really like. It's fun to see your mile times get faster. And in cross country, I'm pretty sure they're all 5Ks, which I'm pretty good at because that's 3.2 miles, and at every practice for track, we run 3 miles.
You know, down the road, you might be able to participate. There are a lot of 5K races all over for charity, especially?
Especially like the mills. They haven't. I participated in the last 5K along with the 4 mile. That 4 mile was
Oh, you did?
really tough because I wasn't part of like the running team at that time. But I think it'll be easier this time around. They haven't posted any details about the 5K for the mills. I've been checking, but
Did you run the entire 4 miles?
yes.
Good for you.
My time it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but in my opinion, it wasn't super bad. I forgot what it was. I think it was like 41 or something.
Did you have a friend or somebody you knew that you were running with, or did you just...
Yes, my friend Logan was there. He was on the cross-country team at the time, so.
Yeah, it's more fun when you got somebody with you, isn't it? And also if something happens, like one time my son was on the cross-country team and he fell out. And I could ask his friends, where is he? And so we found him, and he had pushed himself beyond his ability to perform, which I hear in cross country can happen. That doesn't need to be stirred. It looks like it's fattening up a little bit.
You can see what my dad always does when he's fixing this is he'll grab some like that, and then he'll just kind of see. As you can see, there's still a fair amount of water left. Still probably got some time left.
Do you think we need to turn the heat up a little bit, or not really?
I think it's fine. We could probably.
Let's turn it up just a touch because we want to be sure that it does. I did it between low and medium. Is that okay?
We can try and speed it up. It does. We also just want to make sure that none's.
They're kind of more than double in size, won't they, when it gets done? And kind of chewy. You know, they remind me of some other things like bread and cottage cheese and tofu, which they don't have a lot of flavor themselves, but they take the flavor of other things on the pan.
Obviously, some are going to stick to the bottom and sides of the pan. That's how it is with any grain. But we just want to make sure that not too many are getting burnt.
Yeah, they are sticking. I can see them thickening up quite a bit.
And you can smell them too pretty well.
Okay, do we need to aim this can you see down in it?
Here it is right here. You can see these are the cooked ones. Just want to kind of clump them all together so then they can be absorbing the rest of the water. They're definitely more than halfway through.
Yeah, and I think when I turned it up, we don't want to turn it up, you're right, too much. Well, let's take a break and come back. We can jump right into cooking the asparagus and the salmon, okay? We'll be right back.
When you buy a new or used vehicle from Davenport Auto Park, you drive change because a portion of every sale goes to support a local nonprofit that you choose. So whether you buy a new Honda or GMC or a certified pre-owned vehicle, you're not just getting a great vehicle, you're giving back to your community. Ready to make a difference? Visit Davenport Auto Park online or stop by today at 600 English Road, Rocky Mount. Your next car can change lives. Davenport Auto Park, your dealership for life.
Welcome back. Chef Alex Vire, junior chef, is our guest again, and we're so happy he has gotten out of school for the summer, so is cooking. Do you want to aim that at that camera lens so they can see?
So as you can see, all the water is pretty much gone. Even when you tip it, there's literally pretty much nothing. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the quinoa, and then we're going to kind of put it in a circle structure-ish, just kind of surround it a little bit.
Make it pretty, right? Attractive to plate, because we eat with our eyes. I mean, people often say, you know, that, but if something doesn't look, the more appealing something looks, the more people can't wait to taste it. So, and it's not dried out. You don't want it dried out at all, right? You want it still very moist. But the only thing that you cooked with it was a half a cup of water and a fourth of a cup of the quinoa?
Yes, you want it to be double water for how much quinoa you want. Use this as kind of a way to check. Use this plate if you want any more or any less. So we're just going to have to move this somewhere.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right, and then we are going to start with the butter. I have this on an insanely low heat. You want it very low, and then you are going to want to put the butter right here.
What's that, for the asparagus or the?
This is for the salmon. You're going to want, this provides, to kind of coat the bottom of it, you're just going to want to move it around until it's pretty much completely melted. We have a tablespoon of butter right here, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice. This is going to be a lot of lemon juice, and it's going to be pretty strong on your first bite. If you want any less, you can obviously put less. I'm probably actually going to put only around 3/4. But it's not going to reach the middle, but the thing that it kind of does is the power of the lemon juice kind of will last until you reach the other side of the salmon. It's kind of hard to explain, but the lemon juice will last the whole way as you eat the salmon. It's pretty good, very buttery, very lemony, I guess.
And so actually the condiments that you're using to flavor the salmon is lemon juice, butter, and dill weed? Is that correct?
Yes, we're also going to use salt, pepper, and garlic salt.
And garlic salt, okay. Good, so this is, and are you going to grill it, or the grill is strictly for the asparagus and the salmon cooks in the pan?
The grill is strictly for the asparagus, and the salmon will be in the pan. You can grill the salmon if you want. Of course, it's all personal preference. This butter's almost done, so I'm going to, or well, this won't fit right there. So.
I got it.
So we have a tablespoon right here, and then I'm going to pour the lemon juice in.
And do you need the pan to be at any particular temperature when you start cooking the salmon? Do you want it hot so it sears the outside, or you?
You're going to want it very low. I just spilled a little bit, but it's fine. Also, the dill we have, the dill we have is extremely fresh. I picked it straight off the plant like less than 2 hours ago.
So you've got an herb garden?
A small one.
Good.
On our front porch. We have basil, dill. All right, here's that. And then we're going to want to get ready to put the salmon on.
Okay. There you go. And please don't cut yourself.
I won't.
That would, I want you to be completely good. So
I'm
you
going to have
got
to be, I've never actually opened a thing of salmon before.
You want me to help?
Normally my dad prepares it, and then I just,
You want me to do it?
if you want, you can.
Okay. I'm going to just hope this is a,
All right.
okay.
And we're going to want to make sure this is moving around. And then we're going to place the salmon in the middle to start absorbing it while
Are you ready for it to go in?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll just, we don't want it. I don't know why it's trying to tear.
Salmon is a very flaky fish, so that's why. Okay.
It's actually kind of fine, but
Uh-huh.
we're going to cut it anyways.
Okay.
All right, I'll wash off my
Wipe your hands. Okay.
right
Of
here.
course, it's never good to do cross raw with cooked, so we will not touch
The good
that.
part about this salmon is it's fine if you eat it raw. It's smoked salmon. So
Oh, good.
I don't know what this
Okay.
little mark there is. I'll take that out.
And I noticed you bought it in separate packets, which is really kind of neat too. So that's not making any sound. Do we want to turn it up so it?
It shouldn't be making much sound, although I will turn it up because you're going to want to have it a little bit higher once the butter's finished melting.
How do you like your salmon cooked? Do you like it medium rare? Do you like it well done, or what?
I just like it all the way through, but not too much.
So not super pink in the middle.
We're going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper.
Alex, I hope you're inspiring people at home to think, well, you know, the summer's a good time for people to cook with their kids and teach them how. And it's been my experience with 2 sons. They're more likely to eat something if they get involved in buying the food or cooking the food or preparing it, and because then you have a vested interest in it. And also to start, have y'all always had an herb garden at your front porch, or is this new?
We normally do basil, but it's kind of expanded this year. So yeah, we're going to add flakes of dill. Remember, seasoning is one of the most important things in any dish. Without seasoning, it's like only half as good. Seasoning is extremely important.
Be very bland, wouldn't it, if you didn't season it?
There's all of our seasoning for the salmon. You're going to see it's going to start becoming kind of a super light pink or white.
I think we're going to have to turn it a little bit warmer because this pan is not as hot as probably what you're used to cooking on at home. Let's take it up to medium.
True.
Do you
Pan is probably a lot less.
start the asparagus? Tell us
Yes,
how
we
you do
definitely
that.
should. So once we saw that we seasoned the asparagus, now that the grill is heated up, you're going to want to grab each asparagus individually, and you're going to want to put it so then you get those grill marks. So you're going to want to make sure that the lines of the grill are facing perpendicular from your asparagus. It won't take too long for those to have to flip, but it's very hard to overcook and very hard to undercook asparagus. So this is probably one of the easier things that you're going to be making in this dish.
Fresh asparagus is so good. How do you like to shoot to have it be about crunchy tender, or what? How do you like it?
I'm going to be honest. This is my first time actually, a couple nights ago was my first time grilling asparagus. It is pretty crunchy, but also a little bit soft once you reach the center, as anything would be with this. So you want it to be crunchy, you want it to be grilled. You'll see the grill marks appear. They won't be super obvious, but you don't want them to be super obvious because it's overcooked.
And I think I like asparagus, if it's fresh, you want it to be kind of crunchy tender, not mushy like as if you buy it in a can, and you don't want it so limp that you don't get a little bit of that freshness that you get from the crunchiness that you get when it's fresh. Are you going to turn that?
I'm kind of looking at it because it's very weird, because the problem I always have with salmon is the middle will not be, it won't be cooked all the way through, but like at the end it will be, but it's just, salmon's very stressful to cook because you're like, is it fully cooked the way through? And then sometimes you end up just putting it on there for too long. It's very annoying to cook. But
Well, it's different density too, because like in the center it's a lot thicker than it is at the end.
I'm
which
going to
says,
just
you can turn it
flip
over?
this up to see. Yeah, it's not ready yet.
Okay.
In a couple minutes it will be though.
But you do cook it on both sides.
Yes.
And I think it's probably really good with the salt and pepper and the dill to cook them on. Do you try and get a crunchy side to it, or do you not cook it to the point that it's a little bit crispy?
I like it to be pretty soft.
Pretty soft, okay?
The butter and lemon, the sauce is going to help a lot with cooking. Of course, this is going to be superheated, which is going to help heat that a lot. I'll check. You're going to want to have a very thin spatula because that's going to allow you to pick it up easier. Of course, if you need to, the top of the salmon is always going to also be cold, so, well, the pan won't
Is that
be,
hot?
but the top of the salmon is always going to be cold, so you're going to want to use that to your advantage when flipping it. Pretty sure this is about ready. So if you need to, you can always just push it on there if it's being annoying like this piece of
Well,
salmon.
don't burn yourself.
Trust me, it will be fine. Okay, this one is being quite annoying because
We can
it's
almost take this part and
true.
flip
You
it with-
can use the tongs.
Let's do that. Can you catch it when I get it right there? Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna be real.
Oh.
That's the most annoying salmon flip I've ever done.
No, that's because you're on TV. At
I
home, it's
guess.
always going to be easier than it is when you're...
As you can see, it's cooked pretty well. You can very see.
And it's about 1/4 of an inch plus that it's already not that light raw pink, the pink that it was when you put it in there. Okay. Well, my thought, do you have to turn the asparagus at any point?
We
Or-
probably should. So
Okay.
I'm just going to
You wanna
sit
do it?
that right there. And then
Just
turning the asparagus is extremely annoying. It hates to turn, so you kind of have to bend your arm the whole way around.
And maybe it's not quite hot enough to get those grill strikes on it
You'll
yet.
see that there's some small ones right there.
But you're going to want them all the way and pretty dark.
Like, I'd say they're pretty cooked.
Okay. Well, why don't we take a break and come back? You'll have it all plated for us, okay?
All right.
Okay, be right back.
When you buy a new or used vehicle from Davenport Auto Park, you drive change because a portion of every sale goes to support a local nonprofit that you choose. So whether you buy a new Honda or GMC or a certified pre-owned vehicle, you're not just getting a great vehicle, you're giving back to your community. Ready to make a difference? Visit Davenport Auto Park online or stop by today at 600 English Road, Rocky Mount. Your next car can change lives. Davenport Auto Park, your dealership for life.
You ready to plate everything?
We're going to start over here with the asparagus.
Okay, and you got the quinoa in a circle around the plate.
We're going to kind of space them out a little bit.
Did you make up this recipe, or have you had it at a restaurant, or what?
I made it up, but it was very inspired by a restaurant at Benvenue. I got salmon one day, and they kind of had it, of course, minus the quinoa, but they kind of had it sitting above the asparagus, and I thought that that was pretty cool. So I'm going to try my best. This spatula is not working for some reason.
I think you can just slide it
That's
on there. Is that what you're going to do?
I'm trying to do it with the help of the spatula because I don't want to get any sauce on it.
Well, the sauce probably pretty good, though, don't you think?
But it would be way too lemony without. It's meant for to be like a.
Oh, okay.
Okay, come on.
There we
go.
go.
So as you can see, there it is.
It's beautiful.
I'll just keep it on that for now. And then we're going to want to do the final thing, the most important thing in cooking, more seasoning, aka garnish.
Fresh dill from your front porch, right? So do you think this summer you'll be kind of cooking for your parents sometime and serve dinner to them like this?
Possibly.
Is your dad still doing a lot of the cooking? I know he likes to cook.
He's still doing a lot of the cooking.
Oh, good.
All right.
A lot of people would
There's
think,
our
wow,
dough.
that's cool.
So now
You
we
wanna
should
taste
be
it?
able to cut into it.
Okay.
We should probably. Let's face it towards the camera. And we will.
And this recipe will be on the website Cuisine with Jean with all the proportions and whatnot.
As you can see, there it is. It's cooked perfectly through, thankfully.
Yeah, that's exactly how you described that you like it, right? And we'll taste the other end.
All right. As you can
Nice,
see,
just
it
try.
will be pretty lemony, and you can have some quinoa with it.
Excellent. What do you think?
I like it.
Now, when you eat, would you try and have a bite of asparagus so you have a little bit of each at the same time?
Personally, I eat my asparagus by itself, but you can have everything in one bite. The texture of the quinoa, it's kind of weird with the salmon, but it's all personal preference, like pretty much everything in cooking.
And you can put quinoa in salads. You can put quinoa in lots of things, can't you?
This one, I'd probably put a little bit more lemon juice maybe, because this one wasn't super strong. It wasn't really present as much, but
I think what you did, because generally in cooking you don't want to take a bite of something and say, oh, lemon. You want to say, the flavors blend together so beautifully. I think that's what you accomplished here. Good
personally,
job.
I really like this dish. It's probably my favorite I've cooked so far. It's not super simple, which I like it to be a little complicated. Personally, I think it's really good. I'll probably cook it for myself a lot.
Sounds good. Well, we hope you'll come back. You're kind of our honorary junior chef on the show, so thank you so much for coming and sharing this with us, and I hope you have a wonderful summer.
All right, thank you.
And thank you for joining us. See you next week.
Thank you for joining us.
When you buy a new or used vehicle from Davenport Auto Park, you drive change because a portion of every sale goes to support a local nonprofit that you choose. So whether you buy a new Honda or GMC or a certified pre-owned vehicle, you're not just getting a great vehicle, you're giving back to your community. Ready to make a difference? Visit Davenport Auto Park online or stop by today at 600 English Road, Rocky Mount. Your next car can change lives. Davenport Auto Park, your dealership for life.